The sun had barely begun to rise over the frontier of human space. The soft light of distant stars mixed with the pale glow of nearby planets, creating a calm that belied the tension aboard the reconnaissance ship Horizon 1. Commander Alara stood at the main viewport, her eyes fixed on the dark shape drifting silently in the void ahead. It was enormous, far larger than any human vessel she had ever seen. Yet it moved with no crew, no signs of life. The call had come hours earlier. Sensors had picked up an unregistered vessel at the edge of the human exploration zone. Its design was alien, unlike anything in the Galactic Registry. But the most disturbing thing was its silence. No communications. No energy signatures of life. Just a ship, drifting like a ghost in space. Ilara's hand rested on the console beside her, fingers tracing the smooth metal as if seeking answers from it. "Scan for life signs again," she ordered. Her voice was calm but firm. Lieutenant Aaron, the science officer, adjusted the sensors. "Rechecking, Commander." Still nothing. No organic life forms. The ship's power systems are active, but the reading is minimal. Almost as if it's sleeping. "Sleeping or waiting," Alara replied softly. She had learned over years of command that silence in space was rarely peaceful. "Prepare the boarding party. We need to know what we're dealing with." The crew moved quickly, each following rehearsed drills. Boarding a derelict vessel, especially one of alien origin, was always dangerous. Every sensor reading, every signal anomaly could mean a trap. Yet, the thought of discovering new technology, or worse, a threat demanded caution and courage. By the time the boarding shuttle detached from Horizon 1, the sun had begun to break over the horizon of the nearby gas giant. The alien vessel loomed closer, its surface dark and smooth, with faint lights flickering like distant stars. Its size was almost overwhelming. Ilara could not see the end of it, even from her shuttle. "Shuttle in position," reported Aaron. "Boarding route is clear. Magnetic locks are old, but functional. No external defenses detected." Ilara nodded. "Let's keep it that way. Begin boarding." The hatch of the alien vessel opened with a quiet hiss, responding to the magnetic pulse from the human shuttle. Inside, darkness stretched before them. The corridor was wide, tall, and lined with unfamiliar panels that glowed faintly. The air was clean, breathable in unexpected relief, but the silence was complete. Every footstep echoed unnaturally, making the crew tense. "Keep scanners active," Ilara instructed. Her eyes swept every corner. "We don't know what this ship is capable of." They moved carefully, each corridor leading deeper into the vessel. It was abandoned yet maintained. Lights pulsed gently, and doors opened automatically as they approached. There was no sign of struggle, no debris or damage. Only a quiet emptiness that was almost alive. Aaron paused at a doorway that led to what appeared to be a control room. "Commander, sensors show energy activity. It's minimal, but there's something here. It's subtle. Almost like it's waiting for us." Lara stepped forward, examining the control panels. The symbols and shapes were entirely alien, geometric patterns that shifted as she looked at them. Yet there was a rhythm, a logic hidden beneath the strangeness. "Keep recording everything," she said. "Every detail might matter." As they explored further, the ship began to reveal more of itself. Crew quarters were neatly arranged, each space containing strange devices, tools, and personal items. It was as if the crew had vanished suddenly. There were no signs of panic, no blood, no wreckage. Just empty rooms, lights blinking softly, and the hum of energy in the walls. Aaron picked up a small device from one of the quarters. It was smooth, metallic, and warm to the touch. "This is unlike anything we have. It's not just technology. It feels alive. Not organic, but responsive." Laura nodded. "Take it back to the shuttle for analysis. But be careful. We don't know what it can do." It continued deeper, encountering more anomalies. Gravity seemed slightly weaker in some corridors, while other areas had a strange warmth that made them uncomfortable. Lights flickered in patterns that seemed to follow their movement. It was subtle, but Alara noticed it. Something about this vessel was Aware at the heart of the ship, they found the bridge. It was massive, with a panoramic viewport that looked out into the stars. Panels of alien symbols lit up as they approached, responding to their presence. There were chairs, consoles, and what appeared to be a central control unit. Yet, all were empty. "Nothing here," muttered one of the crew. "Just empty." Alara stepped forward, her fingers brushing the controls. "Not nothing," she said. "Look closer." The symbols began to shift under her touch, forming patterns that seemed almost like a language. It was not readable in the human sense, but there was a rhythm, a pulse. The ship was communicating, not in words, but in signals. Suddenly, a low hum vibrated through the bridge. The lights flickered and a holographic projection emerged. It was faint, a ghostly image of what looked like the alien crew. They stood frozen in time, gestures mid-motion as if paused by an invisible hand. The image disappeared as quickly as it appeared, leaving the humans staring in awe. "What was that?" whispered Aaron. Ilara's eyes narrowed. A message, or a warning. Something we are meant to see. The realization hit them. The ship was abandoned, yes, but not dormant. It had intent, a purpose, beyond their understanding, and the absence of the crew only made it more mysterious. "Scan for logs," Ilara commanded. "We need to know why they left, or why they vanished." Aaron began interfacing with the control panel. It's complex. The systems are advanced, far beyond human design, but I'm getting fragments, data pockets, logs, maybe personal recordings. Nothing full yet. It's like the ship doesn't want to reveal everything at once. Ilara's mind raced. A vessel like this, abandoned yet alive, could change humanity's understanding of space travel. It could hold technology, knowledge, even secrets of the universe itself. But it could also be dangerous. They had to proceed carefully. Hours passed as they explored, each discovery raising more questions than answers. They found a storage bay with supplies untouched for what could have been decades. They found rooms that seemed to record time itself, with objects moving ever so slightly, as if replaying past events. Every corridor, every chamber, hinted at a story left unfinished. Finally, they reached a large chamber at the rear of the vessel. Its walls shimmered with a faint energy, and in the center lay a strange device. It was circular, with tendrils of light moving across its surface like flowing water. It pulsed gently, almost breathing. Aaron approached it cautiously. "Commander, this is unlike anything I've ever seen. It's not a weapon. I think it's a core, a heart of the ship. It might be controlling everything." Lara studied it, her mind full of questions. Then this is where the story begins. Whatever happened to the crew, whatever purpose this ship has, it all starts here. We must understand it. As they prepared to investigate the device, a sudden shiver ran through the ship. The lights flickered violently, and the humming deepened, surrounding them like a living presence. The chambers seemed to react to their thoughts, their fears, their curiosity. Ilara felt a thrill of both fear and excitement. Humanity had reached this edge of the unknown, and for the first time they faced a challenge unlike any other. Not an enemy, not a battle, but a mystery that demanded courage, intelligence, and ingenuity. And so, at dawn, aboard an abandoned vessel that had drifted silently into human space, the true adventure began. The Horizon 1 crew had stepped into the unknown. In the universe, in all its vastness and secrets, was waiting to see what humanity would do next. The hum of the alien vessel had settled into a rhythm, almost like a heartbeat. Commander Ilara and her team moved cautiously through the ship's corridors, their senses alert to the smallest change. The strange device they had found in the rear chamber continued to pulse softly, casting shifting patterns of light across the walls. It was clear to Ilara that the heart of the ship was watching them, though not in a threatening way yet. Dr. Kieran, the science officer, knelt beside a console near the heart device. "Commander, I've accessed a fragment of the ship's logs. They're heavily encrypted, but there's a pattern here. It seems like messages left by the original crew." Ilara stepped closer, her curiosity sharp. "Messages? From the crew?" Are they alive? Kieran shook his head slowly. I don't know. The logs don't indicate life, but they describe events, technical details, and something was coming, something that made them leave the ship in a hurry. The word hurry caught Alara's attention. Hurry? Why? Did they mention a threat? Not directly, Kieran replied. The logs refer to a signala, kind of energy pulse from deep space. It influenced the crew. They talk about feeling compelled to act, to abandon their posts. But there's no mention of danger to themselves or the ship. Just the signal. The crew exchanged uneasy glances. A signal powerful enough to influence an alien species, compelling them to abandon a massive vessel, was not something ordinary. Humans had not yet encountered forces like this in known space. Lieutenant Aaron adjusted his sensors. Commander, I'm picking up subtle energy fluctuations along the ship's hull. Almost imperceptible, but consistent. They seem to react to our presence, and possibly to our thoughts. Ilara frowned. The ship is alive. Not in the way humans are, but aware of us. That means everything we do could affect it. Proceed carefully. They continued through the vessel, guided by the faint glow of alien lights. The deeper they went, the stranger the environment became. Gravity shifted subtly in some corridors, making footsteps feel lighter or heavier. In certain chambers, walls appeared to ripple like water, reflecting shapes and shadows that vanished when approached. Commander Aaron called from one of the side halls. You need to see this. Ilara hurried to him. He was standing in front of a room filled with strange consoles, panels, and screens. Data flickered across them in shapes that resembled stars, lines, and geometric forms. Yet, when Aaron touched the panels, the shapes shifted, as if responding to his touch. It's interactive, Aaron said, awe in his voice. It's not just recording, it's communicating. Kieran approached and studied the panels carefully. These aren't words in a language we understand, but the patterns seem to form sequences. Repetition, variation. It's logical. Perhaps a form of problem-solving or a puzzle. The ship might be testing us, Lara nodded. A test or a challenge. Either way, it means we are capable of interacting with it. That is. Encouraging? Suddenly, a sharp vibration ran through the floor. The lights pulsed more brightly, and a soft voice, or something like a voice, soughed in their minds. It was not a human voice, but a series of musical tones that resonated with each person differently. Commander, Aaron said, his voice tense. It's trying to communicate. Not with words, but with feelings, ideas. I can't describe it properly. It's like it knows what we're thinking. Alara felt a shiver run through her spine. Everyone stay calm. Approach slowly. Let's see what it wants to show us. As they moved forward, a holographic projection appeared before them. It was faint, like a mist shaped into figures. The projection showed a group of alien beings, standing still, yet their expression suggested urgency. Some raised hands in gestures of warning, others appeared to be operating consoles. Kieran gasped. The crew, they are warning us, or maybe teaching us something. Ilara studied the images carefully. Look at their gestures. Some point to the heart device. Others point outward, beyond the ship, toward deep space. The signal. It came from somewhere far away. They abandoned the ship to protect it, I think. To hide it from whatever was coming? Aaron's eyes widened. A cosmic threat. That could mean an energy anomaly, a rogue star, or something we've never even imagined. And this ship is somehow connected. Lara took a deep breath. Then our mission just changed. We are not only explorers now. We are guardians. This vessel is a key, and the universe is about to test us. The crew continued their exploration with renewed focus. In a chamber filled with smooth metallic spheres, Kira noticed that some spheres glowed brighter when she touched them. Each touch produced a pattern of light that traveled along the walls, connecting with other spheres. It's a network, Kieran realized. The ship records and processes information in real time. It can adapt. It can learn from us. Lara nodded slowly. And it can judge. The aliens designed it to respond only to intelligence, courage, and cooperation. If we fail, we could trigger something we don't understand. Hours passed as the crew experimented with the vessel's systems. They discovered sections of the ship that seemed like archives, storing memories of the alien crew. Holographic recordings showed daily life, the aliens interacting with technology, performing experiments, and preparing the ship for unknown journeys. Yet, the final entries were incomplete, abruptly stopping with the signal incident. Kieran frowned. The logs end suddenly. It's as if the crew vanished instantly. But there's no evidence of harm. No struggle. No debris. They just... or were taken. Lara's mind raced. We need to find the core logs. The complete recordings. If we understand what happened, we might be able to use the vessel safely. Otherwise, we are in the dark. Aaron's sensors detected movement ahead. Commander, something is shifting. Not alive, not in a biological sense, but the ship itself is responding. The corridor ahead is different. It seems to stretch and bend. It's as if the walls are alive. Ilara exchanged a glance with Kieran. It's time we see what this ship is capable of. Carefully, everyone. Step lightly and stay aware. The moment we cross the threshold, everything changes. They entered a chamber at the center of the vessel. The walls were smooth, polished, and pulsing with energy. At the center stood a pedestal with a crystal-like structure hovering above it. Light danced across its surface, refracting into beams that stretched across the room. It's beautiful, whispered Kieran, and terrifying. It feels intelligent, alive. Alara stepped closer. This must be the vessel's control hub, the heart that drives everything. If the crew abandoned it, it's likely this is the source of the signal they mentioned, and perhaps the key to understanding why they left. As she reached out to touch the crystal, the beams of light shifted, forming shapes that resembled stars, planets, and lines connecting them. Then, a pattern emerged, a map, pointing to a location far beyond human space. The signal, Aaron said slowly. It came from there. Something is out there. And the ship wants us to know. Ilara's heart pounded. Humanity had stumbled upon a mystery older than any of them could imagine. An empty vessel, abandoned by its crew, is now guiding them toward a destiny they could barely comprehend. We need to report this, Kieran said. But can we? The ship might not let us leave. It's aware of our intentions. Ilara nodded. Then we proceed with caution. We learn what we can, understand the message, and prepare for what lies ahead. This ship, this discovery, it is a test of humanity. Our courage, our intelligence, our ability to work together will decide whether we survive the challenges to come. As the crew gathered around the crystal, the vessel hummed louder, responding to their presence. Lights danced across the walls in complex patterns, pulsing like a living heartbeat. For the first time, Ilara felt that the vessel was not a threat, but a guide. Waiting to reveal its secrets to those worthy of understanding, the hidden message had been found. And with it, the path forward became both clear and dangerous. The universe was speaking, and humanity was listening. At dawn, aboard a vessel with no crew, the Horizon 1 team faced a revelation that would change their lives and the fate of countless worlds forever. The air inside the alien vessels seemed to thrum with energy. Commander Ilara and her team had spent hours studying the crystal at the vessel's core, deciphering the strange maps and patterns it projected. Each beam of light hinted at the vastness of the universe and the unknown forces lurking within it. But no matter how much they observed, the ship itself remained a silent enigma, watching them with subtle, unseen awareness. Dr. Kieran traced her fingers over the panels surrounding the crystal. Commander, these controls, they're linked directly to the vessel. It's more than just a ship. It's semi-sentient. The crystal appears to respond to thought, emotion, even intention. Lyra's eyes narrowed. Semi-sentient or alive? It doesn't matter. If the original crew abandoned it, there is a reason. We must proceed carefully. Lieutenant Aaron activated a console near the crystal. The lights around them pulsed faster, as if sensing his curiosity. Then, with a sudden surge of energy, the crystal projected a new image, a network of flowing lines connecting stars, planets, and uncharted regions. In the center, a glowing point pulsed with increasing intensity. "The signal," Aaron whispered. "It's coming from here, and it's enormous. Something beyond anything humanity has faced." Lara took a deep breath. "We need to understand this vessel first. If the crew abandoned it because of this, whatever it is, then this ship is our only chance to deal with it." As they examined the new projection, the lights around the room dimmed, and the hum of the ship deepened. Then, unexpectedly, a soft voice filled the chamber, not through speakers. Not as sound, but directly in their minds. "Intruders. Worthy or foolish." The words echoed in Alara's mind, yet they did not frighten her. Instead, they inspired awe. The voice was neither hostile nor welcoming. It was a test, probing the thoughts and intentions of the humans. "Did you hear that?" Kieran asked, wide-eyed. It spoke. "In our minds," Lara nodded. "Yes, this ship. It can sense intelligence, emotion, purpose. That must be why the crew left. If they were influenced by the signal, the ship remained, waiting for someone capable of using it wisely." Aaron stepped closer to the crystal. "Commander, the ship is awakening. Its systems are responding to us. The energy readings are off the charts. It's as if the ship recognizes our presence and is judging us." Alara placed her hand lightly on the pedestal supporting the crystal. The light flowed into her palm, warm but not painful. She could sense patterns forming in her mind, lines of thought connecting, as if the ship was sharing knowledge in fragments. "It's showing us something," she said slowly. "Maps, coordinates, path, but it's incomplete. We need to interface further, learn its logic." Hours passed as the crew carefully explored the vessel's systems. Each discovery was a small victory. Panels once indecipherable now responded to their touch. Alien devices hummed in acknowledgement of their presence. The ship's awareness grew, testing their patience, cooperation, and creativity. Then, without warning, the crystal pulsed violently. The room was flooded with light. The holographic map transformed into a three-dimensional projection of an enormous cosmic storm moving through space. Streams of energy and matter collided violently, radiating destructive waves across the stars. "The anomaly," Aaron said, his voice tense. "It's massive. It could destroy planets, entire systems, and it's moving toward human space." Lara's heart pounded. That must be what the original crew feared. This signaled the anomaly. It's why they abandoned the ship. And now, it's up to us. The ship reacted to their realization. Panels lit up, doors shifted, and corridors seemed to realign themselves, guiding the humans deeper into the vessel. The AI, or whatever force controlled the ship, was awakening fully, responding to their intentions. Preparing to cooperate, but only if they proved capable. Kieran examined a console and spoke with urgency. "Commander, these systems, they're more advanced than anything humans have built. If we can learn to operate this vessel, we might have the power to stop the anomaly. But it won't be easy. The ship requires logic, intuition, and courage to function fully." Lara's gaze hardened. "Then we will learn. Humanity has faced impossible odds before, and we've never backed down. This is no different. The ship is a two-land. We must prove ourselves worthy to wield it." They began systematic training, experimenting with the alien controls. At first, the system seemed unresponsive, rejecting their attempts. Panels would light up briefly and then go dark. Corridors would shift unexpectedly. The crystal would pulse in disapproval. But gradually, as they worked together, small successes appeared. Aaron managed to activate a navigational array, projecting a map of surrounding space with unimaginable detail. Kieran deciphered a sequence of energy conduits, allowing them to reroute power safely. Alara coordinated their efforts, ensuring that every action was measured, deliberate, creative. The ship began to acknowledge them. Light patterns became more fluid, corridors stabilized, and the crystal's pulses became steady, almost approving. For the first time, the humans felt the vessel as an ally rather than an obstacle. Then came the moment that changed everything. The crystal projected a new image, the alien crew. Not as recordings, but as simulations of thought. They were frozen mid-action, pointing toward the heart of the anomaly. Symbols flashed, connecting the humans' minds to the ship's understanding. Kieran gasped. They left instructions. The crew didn't just vanish, they guided us. This ship was waiting for someone to finish their work. Lara studied the holographic simulation. We're not alone in this task. The aliens prepared for this moment, knowing their crew would be forced to leave. The vessel is alive, and now it is teaching us. Aaron looked uneasy. Commander, this is more than just a tool. It's a partnership. But it's dangerous. If we make a mistake, we could trigger something catastrophic. The ship responds to thought and action. Alike it will punish carelessness. Alara placed her hand on his shoulder. We've faced dangers before, and humanity always adapts. We'll be careful, but we cannot hesitate. The anomaly approaches faster than we imagined. The next hours were a blend of triumph and tension. The humans learned to operate alien energy systems, navigate through corridors that bent space, and communicate with the AI through thought and action. Each success strengthened the bond between human and vessel. They realized that the ship was not just a machine, it was a living intelligence designed to amplify the abilities of those capable of understanding it as they worked. The ship began revealing more of its secrets. Hidden chambers opened, showing alien technology that could manipulate gravity, energy, and matter on an unprecedented scale. They found engines that could travel faster than any human vessel and defensive systems that could shield entire planets. Alara marveled. This is more than exploration. This is evolution. Humanity has found a tool, yes, but it's more than that. The ship challenges us, tests us, and teaches us, and we are rising to meet it. But the calm did not last. The ship's AI projected a warning directly into their minds. Threat approaches. Energy anomaly grows. Action required. Delay will destroy. Alara felt the weight of responsibility. The anomaly was real, massive, and approaching human space. And now, the task fell to them. The abandoned vessel was no longer just a mystery. It was a weapon, a guide, and a test. Humanity had to rise, not only for themselves, but for countless worlds at risk. Prepare for full activation, Alara commanded. We've learned what we can. Now we use it. Humanity has never faced something like this, but we've never backed down. The ship recognizes us. We will rise to this challenge. The AI responded with a pulse of light so bright it filled the entire chamber. The ship's hum became a roar. Corridors stretching and aligning for the first time, engines lighting with energy, and the crystal's pulse syncing with the human's heartbeat for the first time. The vessel was fully awakened. The humans were ready. Alara looked at her crew. This is the moment. The anomaly is coming, but we are not afraid. We have courage. We have intelligence. We have each other. And now we have the ship. Let's show the universe what humanity can do. The journey to face the cosmic threat had begun. And aboard the abandoned vessel, humanity's potential shone brighter than any star. The alien vessel hummed with energy. A living presence that seemed to breathe and watch as Commander Alara and her crew prepared for the task ahead. The cosmic anomaly, visible only through the ship's advanced sensors, was moving rapidly toward human space. Its energy waves rippled across the star charts, distorting reality itself and threatening countless worlds. Humanity had never faced anything like it. But aboard the abandoned vessel, hope burned brighter than fear. Crew, this is it, Alara said, her voice steady. We've learned what we can. Now it's time to put it into action. Humanity is about to rise to a challenge no one else could face. Lieutenant Aaron adjusted the controls for the ship's energy core. Commander, we're ready to synchronize with the vessel's systems. The AI is responding. It's allowing full access, but it will only maintain stability if we act together. Dr. Kieran studied the alien console. The ship is incredible. Its engines can manipulate space itself. We could travel faster than light, bend gravity, even redirect energy flows. But it will not operate without our cooperation. We must think as one, act as one, or it will reject our commands. Alara nodded. Then we act as one. Trust in the ship, trust in each other. This is what humanity is capable of: courage, intelligence, and unity. The crew positioned themselves around the central crystal. Its pulses synchronized with their heartbeats, as if measuring their resolve. Every gesture, every thought, became a command. The vessel responded instantly, lights shifting along corridors, panels activating in sequence, energy surging through conduits unseen. "Engage navigation," Alara commanded. We head directly toward the anomaly. But carefully. It's unpredictable. We cannot underestimate it. The vessel moved with precision, bending space around them, slipping past gravitational fields and asteroid clusters. Its sensors displayed the anomaly in unprecedented detail, a storm of raw energy, twisting and expanding, consuming everything in its path. Planets, moons, and stars could be caught in its path. Humanity had mere hours, perhaps less, to stop it. Kieran's eyes shone with determination. "Commander, the alien systems allow us to amplify the ship's energy output. We could use it to stabilize the anomaly, redirect it, or even absorb some of its energy. But it will require focus, precise calculations, and complete trust in the AI." Alara took a deep breath. "Then that is what we will do." Humanity is not weak. We may be small compared to the universe, but our courage, intelligence, and teamwork have always been our strength. We will rise to this moment. As the crew worked, the ship began to reveal more of its secrets. Hidden chambers opened along the corridors, showing alien engines capable of generating immense energy. Conduits glowed with power, flowing like rivers of light. Control panels projected holographic simulations of energy patterns, showing how to manipulate the anomaly safely. Aaron carefully adjusted the conduits. "Commander, the ship reacts to our thought patterns. It is almost as if it trusts us." "Every small success strengthens the connection," Kieran added, "and the anomaly is not just raw energy. It has a pattern, a rhythm. If we can match it, guide it, we may redirect it safely." Ilara's gaze swept across the room. "Then that is our plan. Match the rhythm. Guide the energy. Save humanity. We do this together," the vessel responded immediately. Panels shifted, corridors aligned, and energy streams flowed into precise channels. The AI, now fully awake, seemed to pulse in anticipation, waiting for the humans to act. The ship was no longer a mystery. It was an ally. Hours passed as they adjusted systems, recalibrated energy fields, and synchronized with the AI. Each success was met with pulses of approval from the vessel. Lights flowing like applause, corridors stretching and twisting as if celebrating their teamwork. Suddenly, the anomaly surged unexpectedly, sending waves of energy toward the vessel. Alarms blared. Though no sound truly existed, the ship communicated in pulses and vibrations. The crystal flared, demanding immediate action. "Brace yourselves." Ilara shouted. "We have one chance to stabilize it. Work together." Aaron manipulated the energy conduits, rerouting power to the stabilizing arrays. Kieran adjusted the holographic controls, recalculating the anomaly's energy patterns in real time. Alara coordinated their actions, reading the pulses of the crystal, anticipating the anomaly's next movement. The ship responded beautifully, flowing with their commands. Energy beams arced toward the anomaly, meeting its destructive waves with precision. Slowly, the storm's violent patterns began to stabilize. A rhythmic pulse emerged, and the anomaly's energy became coherent, predictable. Alara felt a surge of pride. "We're doing it. Humanity is controlling it." The vessel pulsed brighter, as if celebrating their success. Panels and conduits glowed with a synchronized brilliance, the crystal's light flowing in harmony with the humans' actions. They were not just controlling the anomaly, they were guiding it, mastering it, proving their intelligence and courage. But the challenge was not over. The anomaly shifted again, faster and stronger, testing every command they made. The ship reacted instinctively, but it needed human intuition to succeed. One wrong move could send the anomaly spiraling out of control, destroying entire star systems. Ilara's voice cut through the tension. Stay focused. Trust the ship. Trust each other. With every adjustment, every command, the humans and vessel acted as one. Energy patterns shifted. Beams of light intersected perfectly and slowly. The anomaly's destructive waves began to dissipate. It was as if the storm had recognized their intelligence and cooperated in turn. Hours of careful guidance passed. And finally, the anomaly stabilized completely. It no longer threatened human space. Its energy, once chaotic, now flowed in harmony with the surrounding stars. Dissipating safely into the void, the vessel's lights dimmed. The crystal's pulses slowed, and the corridors returned to their calm rhythm. The AI, fully awakened, seemed to radiate satisfaction. It had tested humanity and they had risen to the challenge. Ilara looked at her crew, exhausted but triumphant. We did it. Humanity has faced an impossible challenge and we prevailed. Our courage, intelligence, and unity saved countless worlds. The vessel recognized that we are worthy. Kieran smiled, tears in her eyes. It's incredible, this ship. It was not just a machine. It was a teacher. And we learned well, Aaron nodded. We have proven something important. Humanity can rise to any challenge, no matter how vast or unknown. We have the courage to face the universe itself. Lara placed a hand on the central crystal. Its pulses had slowed to a gentle rhythm like a heartbeat at peace. And now, the vessel belongs to us, not as a weapon, but as a symbol. A symbol of what humanity can achieve when we act with intelligence, courage, and unity. The cosmic storm was gone. Human space was safe for now, but the experience had changed the crew forever. They had glimpsed the true potential of humanity, the power of cooperation, and the courage to face the unknown as they prepared to return to human territory. The AI communicated one final message directly into their minds. Humans, capable, worthy. Continue. Universe awaits. Lara smiled. Yes, we will continue. Humanity will explore, learn, and rise. And we will face whatever the universe sends our way. The crew left the vessel's core, moving through corridors that now seemed alive but welcoming. The abandoned ship, once silent and mysterious, had become a partner, a guide, and a symbol of humanity's potential. They had faced the unknown, and humanity had prevailed as they returned to the shuttle. Lara gazed at the stars beyond the vessel's windows. Countless challenges awaited, and mysteries older than time itself floated in the void. But for the first time she felt confident. Humanity had the courage, intelligence, and unity to rise to any challenge, and aboard the abandoned vessel. A new chapter in human history had begun, a chapter defined by bravery, ingenuity, and the unshakable spirit of mankind. The vastness of space stretched endlessly before Commander Ilara and her crew as they navigated the alien vessel back toward human territory. The cosmic anomaly had been stabilized, its destructive energy now harmlessly dissipating into the void. Yet the experience had left the crew changed forever. They had faced a force beyond imagination and emerged victorious not through firepower, but through courage, intelligence, and unity. Ilara stood at the bridge, her hands resting lightly on the console. The vessel hummed beneath her, a living presence that seemed to recognize her touch. Its energy flowed gently now, almost in gratitude. She glanced at her team, Lieutenant Aaron, who had guided the energy conduits flawlessly, Dr. Kieran, whose intellect had deciphered the alien systems, and the rest of the crew. Each worn from hours of focus, yet shining with quiet pride. We did what no one else could, Ilara said softly. The universe tested us, and we rose to the challenge. Humanity has proven itself today, Aaron nodded. It's more than just survival, Commander. We didn't just stop the anomaly, we learned from it, learned from the ship. And the ship, it trusts us now. It recognizes what we are capable of, Kieran added. The alien vessel was a test, yes, but it was also a gift. If used wisely, It can guide humanity to knowledge and technology far beyond what we have now. And it seems to have chosen us as its first human operators. Ilara's gaze returned to the stars. Then we must honor that trust. Humanity has risen this time. But there will be other challenges, other tests, and we must be ready. The vessel's AI pulsed, sending waves of information directly into their minds. Schematics of advanced energy systems, propulsion methods, and navigation through uncharted space filled their thoughts. The ship was sharing knowledge that would have taken humanity decades, perhaps centuries, to discover. And yet, it came with a silent warning. Wisdom must accompany power. Aaron frowned. This technology, it's incredible, but it's dangerous if misused. Any reckless action could cause untold destruction. Ilara nodded. Which is why we must be careful. Courage alone is not enough. Intelligence, patience, and cooperation are just as important. That's what allowed us to succeed today. As the vessel moved closer to human-controlled space, sensors picked up familiar signals, communication arrays, patrol ships, and the bright lights of distant colonies. News of the anomaly had spread, and human fleets were mobilizing to monitor the situation. They were unaware that the true solution had come not from fleets of warships, but from courage, creativity, and unity. Kieran turned to Ilara. Commander, the AI is communicating something else now. I think it wants us to understand that humanity has potential, that we are capable of more than we imagine. Ilara smiled. Then we will remember that. Humanity has risen, and now it's time to return home and share what we've learned. But we must be humble. Knowledge without wisdom is dangerous. The vessel's lights pulsed in agreement, the crystal at its core glowing gently. Its corridors seemed calm now, no longer shifting unpredictably. The ship had completed its test, and humanity had passed. As they approached the edge of human space, a patrol cruiser hailed them. Unknown vessel, identify yourself. Ilara activated the communicator. This is Commander Ilara of the Horizon 1. We are in control of a recovered alien vessel. The cosmic anomaly has been neutralized. Please stand by for instructions. The response came immediately, a mixture of shock and curiosity. Commander, alien vessel? Anomaly neutralized? How? You are cleared to dock at the nearest station. We must report this immediately. Lara nodded to her crew. Prepare for arrival. Let's show humanity what we are capable of, what we can achieve when we rise to the challenge. As they moved toward the station, the vessel's AI projected a holographic display. Images of alien systems, star charts, and energy flows filled the room. The humans absorbed the information, understanding that this knowledge was a gift, but also a responsibility. The AI had tested them not only for skill, but for character. And they had proved themselves worthy. Aaron shook his head in amazement. The ship. It's not just advanced technology. It's a teacher, a guide, and it's chosen humanity as its student. That's incredible. Lara's eyes were steady, and we must honor that choice. We've learned that courage, intelligence, and unity are the keys to survival and to greatness. We cannot forget this lesson. The docking procedure went smoothly. Human engineers and scientists approached with caution, their curiosity overwhelming their fear. The alien vessel, massive and glowing faintly, now seemed almost serene. It had been a mystery, a ghost in space. Now it was a symbol, a testament to human potential. As the crew disembarked, station personnel crowded around, asking questions, scanning systems, and marveling at the technology. Ilara addressed the assembled crowd. This vessel appeared abandoned. Yes, but it was never empty. It was waiting for those capable of understanding it, capable of rising to a challenge beyond imagination. Humanity has met that challenge. And now we share this knowledge not as conquerors, but as learners, explorers, and protectors. Scientists and engineers moved quickly, carefully documenting every detail. The alien systems responded to human presence, glowing and pulsing in subtle patterns, as if approving their actions. The ship had become a bridge between species, Reminder that intelligence and courage could unlock doors once thought impossible. Kieran turned to Alara. Commander, the AI. It's still communicating. I think it wants us to continue learning, to use this knowledge responsibly, and to prepare for the future. It trusts us to rise to new challenges. Alara nodded. Then we will rise. Humanity will explore further, learn more, and face whatever the universe places before us. But always with courage, intelligence, and unity. The station's command center recorded the arrival, broadcasting the story across human space. The crew of the Horizon 1 became heroes, not just for saving countless worlds, but for proving the limitless potential of humanity. Their courage had matched the unknown, their intelligence had mastered alien technology, and their unity had forged a bond with a sentient vessel that few could have understood. As the sun rose over the distant planet visible from the station's observation deck, Lara gazed out at the stars. She thought of the abandoned vessel that had appeared at dawn, of the cosmic threat that had tested them, and of the alien AI that had judged their worthiness. Humanity had passed the test. Humanity had risen. The vessel, now dormant but ready, floated silently in the docking bay, a reminder of the challenge faced and the triumph earned. And beyond the stars, in the depths of space, countless mysteries awaited. Alara smiled. This is only the beginning. Humanity will rise again and again, facing the unknown with courage and intelligence. Today we proved that no matter the odds, no matter the danger, humanity can overcome, adapt, and succeed. Her crew gathered around, tired but triumphant, the glow of the vessel's core reflected in their eyes. They had touched the edge of the universe, faced a challenge that seemed impossible, and returned victorious. Their courage and unity had proven what humans could achieve when they rose to the occasion. Aaron placed a hand on the console. We are ready, Commander. Ready to explore, ready to learn, ready to rise. Alara's gaze met theirs, steady and proud. Then we continue. Humanity will explore, humanity will learn, and humanity will rise. The universe is vast, full of challenges and mysteries, but we are capable, and we will face them together. The alien vessel, once abandoned and silent, had become a symbol of human potential. Its heart, the crystal, pulsed gently, a living reminder of the partnership between human courage and alien intelligence. Together, they had faced the unknown and triumphed. And as humanity looked out into the stars, ready for the challenges and discoveries ahead, the universe seemed a little less frightening and a little more full of possibilities. For humans had risen and nothing could stop them from reaching further, learning faster and shining brighter than ever before. The dawn had arrived, both literally and figuratively. Humanity had proven its worth not through domination, not through force, but through courage, intelligence, and unity, and in the silence of space. The abandoned vessel waited, ready for the next chapter.